Beyblade X has officially made history. After years of hype, the first ever Beyblade X World Championships just wrapped up in Tokyo, Japan. And it was fucking awesome! We saw bladers from all over the world competing. We saw champions from Mexico and Turkey take home their first place award. We also saw some surprising meta shifts and global competition like never before.
Oh, shoot! Whoa! Knockout finish!
Oh my god!
Congratulations! Go shoot! Whoa, that was fast!
He's going all over the place.
Oh, that's it, finish!
BEYBLADE X App.
We got him! Attacking all the way for Redden!
BEYBLADE Power Landing.
Yeah! You deserve this! The golden reign is yours!
But the real question now is, what's next? What can we expect from Beyblade X tournaments in 2026 and beyond? And what does it mean now that Beyblade X is officially global? Let's break it down right now. The World Championship was a 2-day showdown in Tokyo, Japan. And honestly, it proved that Beyblade X isn't just a regional hit anymore. It's officially worldwide. These results send one clear message. The Beyblade X meta is global, no longer dominated by Japan. Players everywhere are mastering the same mechanics, the same stadiums, and bringing serious competition. So, what does that mean for next year? Takara, Tomy, and Hasbro, for the most part, has made one thing clear. Beyblade X is here to stay. 2025 wasn't just a one-off, it was a foundation for a global circuit. So now, what should we expect to see? I feel like we should expect to see more regional qualifiers, especially popping off from other different countries. Not just Japan and some states in the US, but I'm talking about every single country popping off with one winner, and we're having regional qualifiers in every single country so that we can make this even bigger and better. Official tournaments have already started happening in retail stores and conventions and expos and things like that, which gives bladers more of a real shot to getting into Worlds. But we can't lie, especially after seeing how things were in the US in terms of how they did the qualifiers. It was straight ass, okay? It was not good at all. Like, I feel like even as a blader living in New York City, I feel like we didn't even get a real chance to, get some qualifiers coming in. The regionals were mainly in LA and in Chicago. What about the rest of the US? The US is pretty big, and I feel like we should have had more regionals similar to Pokemon. I don't really like to compare, but at the same time, it's just like we should have expected a lot more from that, and we would have seen a lot of the scene show up if we had more regionals across the US. But what I like to hear is we're getting more standardized rules, especially when it comes to across all countries, so that there's no regional differences. Everything is pretty much the same, and everyone will get to compete on the same level, the same regulations and stuff like that. And here's a big one: older players are officially back. We're back. The open class format lets veteran bladers, the ones who grew up with Burst, Metal, the original Beyblade as well, compete seriously again. And that's a huge deal for longtime fans who thought that this was something that wasn't gonna ever happen again, right? We finally have a chance to get on that stage and compete with other bladers across the world. I think that is amazing. That is amazing. And I'm hoping for way more coming out next year. So here are my predictions, okay? These are my predictions of what I'm expecting to see next year after following up with the Beyblade X World Championships 2025. We're going to see seasonal qualifiers leading up to the second World Championships in 2026, at the end of 2026. Take example, the United States. I'm expecting to see regionals across pretty much states that would allow for every single person to be able to play. So whether it be like, okay, they have like a certain youth division and a senior division, I would expect for them to do something like that to make it a lot easier for the kids to be able to verse each other, and for the adults, the young adults and older people to be able to play against each other, right? That's what I'm expecting. That's going to make it easier for everyone. So if we have it in not just places like LA and California, we'll have regionals in other big states, New York, Texas. I was expecting like a huge regionals in Texas. We can have something in Atlanta like they did this year. You know, a lot of areas where it's easier for people to travel and go go and play at these regionals. And please don't let it be at a Walmart. Please do not let it be at a Walmart. Please let it be at a venue that you can hold these events in, or speaking to organizers that have venues that they can hold these certain events in. I think that is something that I expect to see and happen next year, 2026. So we have our regionals, then we have our nationals, and then we lead to worlds. But it has to be fair for everyone across the states. It has to be fair for everyone, Latin America, Canada, places in Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia. We need that. We need to see more of that. So hopefully we can get that for next year. So it'll be like a real esports circuit. So basically regional battles, the nationals that are basically the finals, and then worlds. Like, I feel like that would have made a lot more sense for this year. And I feel like it was so like all over the place that it didn't really. I'm hoping that this year might have been like a trial year. I don't even know, but even then, like, still, like, this could have been a whole lot better. But I digress. So that ties into the next thing, which is that I'm expecting Hasbro to really step up on the game when it comes to holding these tournaments and having these tournaments hosted properly. And what I mean by that is letting these organizers who have done their events across the states, each organizer in their state can help out when it comes to doing these events, because they know what the scene looks like and how it should be run. Of course, all the rules and everything are going to be the same, but because they have the experience, I feel like Hasbro should collaborate with organizers in the region that they're holding tournaments at, so that way it could be a lot more smoother. And you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. We don't want any more of those Walmart tournaments. I'm so serious. I'm so dead ass. Like, we don't need those Walmart tournaments. There is literally no Walmart in New York City, and I'm saying New York City specifically. There's no Walmarts here. So we need actual venues. We need actual like venues so we can have space to do these things. You know what I mean? When we have these sort of regional leagues, we'll be able to see official rankings with stuff like this. So I feel like if we have that, it'll make it a lot more interesting to tune into. So I feel like if Hasbro can really step up their game with that, that would be really great. We'll have like Twitch live streams of where we can see these regional battles. Like, oh, there's a Beyblade X regional championship going on in New York City. There's one going on in Atlanta. There's one going on in California. There's one going on in Illinois. There's one going on in Texas, blah, blah, blah. You guys know what I'm trying to say here. So my next thing, a Beyblade X Championship app. Hear me out, but I feel like you guys know where I'm going with this though. A Beyblade X Championship app. Why, you say? The reason why I say this is because it'll be a great way to keep up with the rankings, and also a great way for people to connect and also like see what's going on in the Beyblade X scene. This is a great way to not only grow the Beyblade X scene, but for people to keep track of like, oh, who are the winners of this region? What Beyblades did they use? What was their combos? When is the next regionals going to happen? What should we look out for? Blah, 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 blah. You know, things like that. I feel like having an app, a centered app for something like that would help immensely. And I feel like that's something for sure Hasbro can do if they put the effort into do it. I feel like that would be very helpful, if anything. So then we could keep track of how things are doing, and you know, oh, these are the regionals, this is when nationals is happening, and then worlds. Like, that's something that all of us can see and prepare for, and you know, it would be helpful, right? Am I cooking right now? Am I eating?
Am I cooking? Am I cooking or am I eating? Am I doing both?
Imagine winning a regionals and seeing your like score or something, like seeing your ranking within, like, I guess your region, like, oh, this is the first best player in New York City, this is the second best player or whatever, this is the first best player in Washington DC or Washington. Like, that would be cool to see. That would be so cool. And also, we get to know our community better across the states too. Like, I feel like that would be also really helpful for that. Okay, so guys, honestly, Beyblade is like, it's been so exciting this year. I feel like this year more than last year, and I'm so glad to like just be in it and just experience everything about it. It's just been so exciting, and it's been so great being in such an awesome community filled with Bladers, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And I feel like because Beyblade X is here to stay and the competition is just rising, it just, like, it's awesome to see such a big community just keep growing, you know? Like, it's been, I would say, the best time to be a Blader is now. Like, if not yesterday, yesteryear, it is now, okay? It is now. And this is the beginning of Beyblade's next era. A worldwide battle system with a real competitive scene behind it. So whether you're new to Beyblade X or a longtime Beyblade fan, I feel like next year is your year to really step up and show out for the Beyblade community. Show us what you've got. Show us that you're a real Blader. So, what do you think the future of Beyblade X looks like? Will we see new regions rise up, or new combos that will completely change the game? Drop your predictions in the comments. I would like to see them. I would like to see if you will agree with me. If I'm speaking facts, let me know. And if you want to stay ahead of tournament news or things like that, or just whatever Beyblade and me, then make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video if you really enjoyed this one, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.